back to the Reels and Panels podcast. I'm Matthew.
I'm Eli.
And so today we decided to record an
emergency episode
for the Doomsday trailer releasing.
Dude, I was listening back to the other episode just while we were editing it and getting ready to release it, and I was like, it was after the trailer had already come out. I was like, this was literally 2 days ago, and we were like, oh, maybe what if it's this week? We'll have to do an emergency episode, and we actually got to do it, so this is pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I remember asking, when do you think the trailer's going to drop? And, we both said soon, but we didn't know
it was like 2 days.
Yeah,
like
2 days later.
After. Yeah, so here we are. But just to start us out and give kind of some introductions, we're going to have this new thing my wife actually came up with called Rewind, Cut, and Fast Forward. So, and then Praises is kind of a good one. It's just like, what do you agree for right now? So, Rewind will be like, what's something from this week that you really had a great time, or something you wish you could go back to because it was such a great part of this week. Cut is maybe something that's like, that wasn't as great, like if I could edit out, I cut it out. And then fast forward is like, what's something you're looking forward to that's, I really can't wait, so I want to fast forward to that. We can start off with you. So rewind.
Well, it's only Tuesday.
Yeah, so maybe
not a whole lot of substance to this week.
The next one will be easier because it's like a Saturday.
We got to hang out with some family on Sunday, so that was nice. Just getting to be able to, just hang out and have dinner with the family and just have a good time. What about you?
Probably church this past Sunday. Just hang out and everything. That was awesome. Had a really good sermon. Got a great church nap afterwards, so that was really fun. It's always like.
That always slaps.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe. All right. What's your cut from the week? What's something you're like, that wasn't as great?
I had a really long road trip yesterday. It was 4 hours there and back, and that was. I wish I could have cut that out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Or fast forwarded.
And then you actually uploaded the video afterwards, which is insane.
No, I didn't think I'd be able to upload it that night, but yep, got it posted. Doing better than I thought right now.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I had to take like a 3-hour nap before this. I was up since like 4, and I was helping Heidi with like teacher stuff, like moving things. So, yeah. But my cut from the week is I'm right now currently in between switching jobs. So my shift at the other job this week kind of sucked. So that was probably my
yeah, just that's fair.
A lot of working outside. So it's like, man, it's not very fun. But yeah, it's probably my cut. And then what's your fast forward? Like, what's something you're looking forward to? Just can't wait.
So Saturday, Marvel's doing another panel. And we'll be able to have a better idea of any late additions.
Is it CinemaCon? Or is that San Diego? Is that San Diego?
CinemaCon.
I need to actually look at that because it's probably something you could cover.
No,
but doing some stuff to you.
Yeah, they're doing where they show just any late additions to the cast of Doomsday.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it'll be kind of interesting to see. We'll see if Ryan Reynolds is there.
Why is Thor crying?
Yeah. Figure out why Thor was crying. I mean, he might have been crying by, just getting kind of just put in his place by yeah. But we'll get to that in a sec.
Fast forward, probably. Honestly, Brand New Day. I'm so excited for that, and getting to make the episode after that. I'm really excited to talk about that, break down some things we really liked. Hopefully, it's good. I've kind of gotten rid of all doubts. I'm going in with I don't want to be too high because it's I don't want to be let down either. But I'm still super excited. It's Spider-Man, and I said, I think the last pod, it's not a Spider-Man movie I hate. I like all of them. I don't think any of them are, for me personally, below a 4 stars. So I'm at 4 out of 5. So I'm excited, very, very excited.
Yeah, I think my praise for the week would actually being able to get Odyssey tickets. I know that.
Dude, yeah, seriously.
So many people were struggling with that.
Someone took my shift, so tonight we're actually about to leave. There's a 10 p.m. showing because that was the only one that worked out for both of us. And then I had a shift tomorrow morning at like 5 a.m. And I was like, I'm not really, because we won't be out till like 1
you would have had like 3 hours of downtime.
So that might be my praise, is my friend at work actually covered it. So I'm really hyped about that. Yeah. And also getting to see family this week. I'm excited for that. It's a huge praise. It's going to be fun. Get some more equipment for the podcast. So it's cool.
Yeah.
Well, all right. I guess we can go ahead and jump into a discussion about the Doomsday trailer. Do you want to start your questions? I can start mine if you want to.
Yeah.
I have them out.
Well, I guess the number one thing on top of my mind was, we didn't see them in the trailer, but do you think Spider-Man and Hulk are going to be in it?
I don't think so. I think Feige recently had, I don't know if it was an interview or what it was, but or maybe it was one of the panels he had recently, but he was talking about how Brand New Day does take place like right before it, and I've heard nothing but that they're not showing. I don't know about Hulk, but I know for sure, I'm pretty sure Spider-Man is not showing up at least until Secret Wars. And I don't know if like it'll be like an end credit scene in Brand New Day, or if it's gonna be part of the plot of Brand New Day or what. But he was saying it's not like right before Doomsday. Like he said, it's still a little bit before that happens. So I'm assuming there's probably gonna be an end credit that might lead into it, but I'm not sure. But I kind of doubt it. I think they're definitely waiting for like Secret Wars for stuff like that.
Yeah, and I mean, they could use Hulk.
Yeah, definitely.
Their crew of cast members isn't too high. I don't know how they're going to do it.
Unless the Savage Hulk is better than the last one, he couldn't even beat Thanos, and Thor could beat Thanos. So
I mean, yeah, the OG Hulk got packed up in 30 seconds.
Yeah, so I don't know unless you got like I've heard you were the Immortal Hulk, like in the comics. Maybe if we get one of those, maybe he can fight him off. But yeah, if like if he's stopping,
if he got power scaled by Thanos, and Thanos is getting power scaled by Doom just by the trailer.
Yeah, I don't know, but it would be great to have him in it. But I just definitely don't know. I kind of doubt, I guess, that it's gonna happen. I'm assuming they're probably holding off until Secret Wars, where everybody's gonna be in it.
Yeah.
Actually, you can probably go and do all of your questions, and I'll do them.
Okay. Who do you think's gonna not make it? I guess I can start with one just to lead off.
Good.
I do not have any strong feeling that the older X-Men, like Professor X or Magneto, I don't see it. I don't see a world where they make it. But
this is probably definitely the last like hoorah for the X-Men, because I mean, Deadpool and Wolverine was already kind of that, and I think this is probably like knowing. And I think Feige recently said this. He said that the Secret Wars is not a reboot. It's more of like, because in the Hickman story, whenever Reed ends up like fixing everything, they basically just they make a new MCU. But he said it, or a MCU, new Marvel universe, a new MCU. Whatever the like 0999 whatever this one is, but or 616 is
616,
but which is stupid, but because that doesn't make any sense anyway. So he said, I'm assuming that means they're also not going to recast a bunch of people unless it's people they know for sure aren't contracted for more movies. I don't know how that works for like Hemsworth and stuff, but definitely probably some of the OG Avengers. Like I don't see Steve making it out of this one. Maybe Thor. I mean, maybe out of this one. Definitely, probably not out of Secret Wars though. So,
I don't think Thor makes it.
You think he finally?
Yeah,
man.
I mean, we're probably going to see the is it the Thor core?
Thor
Hickman's.
Wait, what?
The Thor core.
Oh yeah.
We might see.
Secret Wars, yeah.
He might play somebody in that, but I don't think he makes it out of the actual fight.
Yeah.
I don't think. That's another one.
I just keep finding it's so funny. Everybody's like,
Loki.
We need a miracle or whatever, and it's just handing Steve Rogers Steve in a black T-shirt. It's like, yo, this is who's gonna save everybody.
I don't know what he's gonna do. I mean,
throw a shield and hammer at him.
I think Captain Marvel shows up.
Maybe the Marvels as a whole. At least that's probably also like a thing that's definitely a definite.
I know Monica Rambeau is trapped in the X-Men universe.
That's right. Yeah. So maybe that's how that.
It's probably part of the incursion.
That might
bringing them in.
I don't know, but yeah, definitely probably all of I would say all of the X-Men. Unless they're carrying it over into Secret Wars, maybe by that point, and then for sure by Secret Wars, they're probably all going to die. Since I know that's a for sure recast. But, yeah, we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, there's some of the smaller characters that we're just not going to know yet. I mean, maybe some of the Thunderbolts or the new Avengers cast probably not going to make it.
Just kill off Ghost. Keep everybody else with them. We can't get rid of like all of them. They just came. We just got them.
Well, I mean, that's why it's kind of hard with the Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
I think all of them are safe.
Johnny might.
Well,
Johnny totally could.
Unless they feel like following the, the comic accurate where he becomes the son for.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that leads into Secret Wars, that the Hickman Fantastic Four run. Which that's another thing. Like, I just actually literally just saw a reel today about like how Spider-Man like helped out Franklin after Johnny dies, and I'm like, man, that would have been cool to get like a few more movies where they could have more like character development for those. But yeah, I could definitely see that, of course, happening, or also Johnny just like straight up dying, because I thought that was going to happen in First Steps. Like, I generally thought he was going to give himself up at the end there, but
yeah,
it didn't happen.
Well, next. Do you think they're showing Doom as too OP? I mean, being able to block Stormbreaker with just 2 fingers is kind of crazy.
I think it's good because we have no idea anything about this movie. I like that about it, because it's like now we actually know that he's a threat, because without any build-up, you got to show that he's a threat.
Yeah.
So just even like the 2-finger thing stopping the Stormbreaker, that's like, okay, yeah, this is real.
I mean, we know he is a master of magic as well.
Yeah.
So
true, yeah.
Maybe it's some sort of magic he used to block it, or maybe he's just that strong.
Do you think he already killed the Beyonder by this point, or do you think they're waiting for that at the end? I'm assuming that's at least the end, but...
Have you seen the stuff where people were saying that he's going to use Sentry to steal Loki's powers?
So do you think Loki's the Beyonder instead? You think that's how that's going to work out?
Well... They just haven't introduced the Beyonder yet. At all.
That's true.
So I feel like being the master of the stories, I forget what the official title is, but I do think Loki is going to be the power source. Yeah. Not the Beyonder.
That makes sense. I mean,
it makes more sense based off of what we've seen.
I've heard that Scarlet Witch also could be in place of is it Molecule Man, who's like the guy who actually helps take them, because he's like super OP, and like he's in like the original Secret Wars and the Hickman run. He's the guy who actually like helps be able to do that. So I've heard, because he deals a lot, I think.
And there's a whole army of them in that too. He takes Molecule Man from several universes.
Yeah. So I've heard that possibly like Scarlet Witch could come back, because I mean, like, we haven't. I don't know if it does. Vision Quest is in between.
616. Wanda's dead.
Is Vision Quest before Doomsday, or is it post?
It's in between Secret War.
So maybe that's when she comes back. Cause we haven't seen her since
Multiverse Madness. Yeah, 2022.
Yeah, it's 4 years ago. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, I've heard that was maybe like an alternative.
She died to bad writing.
Yeah, bad writing. It sucks. That was such a waste for like Raimi, because like you can tell the direction style was there and the passion was there, but it's like killing off all the Illuminati. Anyway, that's a whole other thing we could get on, but we can stick to Doomsday.
All right, Robert Downey Jr.'s accent. We don't get much of it, but
I would not have guessed that was him. If you just told me
at first,
I definitely wouldn't have thought it was him. Like, if you told me, hey, they're not saying who the new Doom is, just check this out, I wouldn't have been like, oh, it's Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, I was tuned in to New Rock Stars, and they were talking about the original showing of that trailer back in April, the unfinished version. They mentioned everything that Doom was saying, so I knew it was Downey based off the beginning, because they described it as a Eastern European accent.
It almost sounded like Nightcrawler at first. I was like, is that Nightcrawler? But then I was like, oh yeah, that's Doom.
That's fair.
Because of the German accent. But yeah, I think it's really solid. I do think, and I'm so curious how it's going to work out with, like, is he taking off the mask? Like, is the whole plot point that it's like he looks like Tony? I mean, that's probably the reason let me know the reason, of course, I guess. But yeah, I think it's really. Thought it was really solid, and I think like especially, I mean, he's going to use more of his acting chops apart from just being Tony Stark and everything. You know, they probably did that intentionally after him getting the Oscar, you know, for supporting. So, I mean,
Yeah.
he's a phenomenal actor. I think he's going to kill it, and I think it's going to really set him apart from Tony. And I think especially having the mask and like we can't really actually see who it is, it's going to kind of set him apart a little more. I think we'll be able to distinguish.
Yeah. Something that I saw from the trailer that really got me excited was, you know, Shang-Chi versus Gambit.
That was actually one of my questions. I was going to say...
that looks like the highlight.
So, which one do you think could win that fight? That was actually one of my questions.
I think it's Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi, yeah.
He's got the 10 rings.
I don't know as much about the 10 rings, but I do know the fact that they're, like, super powerful. And
Yeah.
I know Gambit can, like, blow things up, of course. Can he blow the 10 rings up? Can he, like, hold them and they just explode? I don't know.
Well,
But
if X-Men 97 him can blow up a whole Sentinel.
that's true. Maybe.
But no, I mean,
No one's probably going to win any of those fights because it's just
Yeah.
trailer bait, probably. But
it's probably just going to end up being like,
guys, we got to stop fighting.
yeah, we have
gotta
to
work
team
together.
up against Doom.
Which,
Yeah.
honestly, we were talking about this earlier. We don't know for sure that they know Doom is a bad guy yet. Like,
Yeah.
I have heard that, and maybe he uses the fact that he looks like Tony, or maybe he is a variant of Tony, to, like, get them to trust him. So
Yeah, pretends to be a Tony from, maybe he's from the 818 Fantastic Four universe.
Yeah.
Maybe he portrays like, oh, they know who Tony is. Let me.
Because I know from the Secret Wars run, Doom fully views what he's doing as, like, saving the universe. Because everything's colliding, everything's messing up.
Realistically,
He does. I mean, he
kinda
keeps it.
does.
I mean, by making Battleworld, he saves a lot of people, but then he also becomes, like, a totalitarian
Yeah.
government, like, over them. So, that's not good. But I think he fully believes, I think he's, like, helping out the multiverse and that he knows what's best to,
Yeah.
literally becoming, like, God, Emperor Doom. So it's like, yeah. So yeah, I can see that aspect where they think he's good because he's helping. I'm assuming like how the intro of the Secret Wars comic starts. There's gonna be all the incursions and stuff, and he's gonna try and step in and stop it. I'm assuming by the end that's how it's all gonna work out. But yeah,
yeah, and I mean, we saw a few frames from the trailer that definitely looked like people were, you know, erased out of it. Maybe he's in there. Maybe he's still pretending to be a good guy.
Yeah, and I've heard Sentry is probably next to. I'm assuming either Sentry or maybe he's become the Void at this point.
Yeah, I saw some speculation that, you know, when Thor's like, it's impossible, that people were saying that maybe that was actually, he thought he was talking to Tony.
Oh, yeah, because they fake out sometimes. They do a
Yeah.
lot of fake outs and stuff.
Like
in the
with
trailers.
Hulk running towards Thanos in the Infinity War trailer.
Yeah, that, or like it'll be like a straight up audio from a whole nother scene.
Yeah.
And they put it in to make you think they're talking about something else. So
They
I
did
can
that
definitely
with
see that.
Ultron.
Yeah.
During the Age of Ultron commercials.
So I can definitely see that.
Well,
You got any more questions on your side?
yeah.
This is a simple one. Just what's your favorite part of the trailer?
For me, I think my favorite part of the trailer was actually seeing our Avengers team fighting the X-Men inside of the mansion.
That's gonna be cool.
It looked sick. And
Imagine
you can see
showing that to someone in like 2012 or like even like 2015 or whatever, like when the X movies are still coming out and the MCU
Shoot, Shang-Chi wasn't even introduced.
Yeah.
Channing Tatum's Gambit wasn't.
It's just people making like fan edits
Yeah.
of like, oh, like new, like what if they collided? What if they worked together? And it's cool. Like it's like this is actually a now fully like lived in universe. It's like everybody's here now. So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, I agree.
On my side, literally every single shot that has Cyclops in it is so cool. I want them all as wallpapers, as posters. The shot where he takes off the mask.
Yeah, taking
Oh
off
my
the
gosh.
visor.
I always love the comic panels where he does that, and I think they just like pulled that off really well. I am curious. So in the scene, we just watched it back before this. Those are Sentinels walking in the back, so I'm assuming maybe there's like a scene in that universe as the incursions like
Yeah.
I'm assuming there's like a big fight going on in the X-Men universe, and then it like switches over because you see the X-Mansion, you see all that. I'm not sure if like they go like if the MCU characters go into the Fox universe now, or if the Fox characters are coming over there, or if, that's the one thing. Like, where are they at? Are they in the X-Mansion when everybody's in that room?
Well, presumably, so we can see pieces of Sentinels.
So
when
maybe
Thor is attempting to fight Doom. So I think we are primarily going to see a lot of the stuff that happens in this universe take place at the X-Mansion.
Yeah. So that leak was real.
Yeah.
Possibly. I think it was. Like the unfinished CGI battle with Doom. Mm-hmm. That might have actually been real now. Because people kept saying it was AI. And it was before they even knew what the designs for anybody looked like.
Yeah.
Because they had the Mr. Fantastic with the jacket and everything. Another thing I really liked about it, costumes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Everybody looks great.
Especially the X-Men.
Yeah. Dude, again, Cyclops. Just like aura forming the whole time. Yeah. Him and Doom. Doom looks good.
Even Captain America.
Yeah. That was the most expensive costume probably. I don't know how the costume department did it, dude. They really pulled that together, but man, it worked.
I want to be that for Halloween.
Yeah, just some guy.
Some guy in a black shirt.
Someone was saying, or Heidi was saying earlier, that it just looks like, or one of them said that it just looks like Bucky. They're just trying to like steal his look. No. The hair especially, like that's like literally the Thunderbolts haircut.
That's fair.
Let's see. Okay. A lot of discussion going around, and just scrolling through reels in general, I just see a lot of people. It's like, oh, how I felt watching this, and it's just like people not very interested. And then there's a lot of people who are very interested. So I'm trying to figure. Like people are saying it's like nothing compared to like the Infinity War, Endgame, whatever, all that. So, do you think this is a cop-out by getting all of the X-Men in? Do you think this was just the... What are your thoughts on that? Like, do you think by getting all these characters in, merging everything together, is this just like, oh, couldn't come up with anything else, so we're just going to have to do Cameo Fest, the movie?
I don't know. I mean, they did they don't necessarily have like the premier cameo X-Men for that.
Yeah.
If you wanted that, you would add Hugh Jackman. You know, you would have had.
Hey, he might be in the chair.
Could be. You would add Deadpool. You know, you would probably go for. I don't know. Maybe more exciting acting people. I mean, you do have Charles and Magneto, so I could see it from that point. But
I mean, if it was a cop out, and like, of course, it hasn't come out yet, so this could totally happen. But I mean, you'd be throwing like Andrew and Toby and like all these people, which that could totally happen.
They're saving the cop out. For
what I'm saying is like, if this was a cop out, this would not be the best job they could do. So I'm not sure.
I think Secret Wars is when it's going to be like, hey, we're going to throw, we'll throw this person and this person and this person a bag just to show up for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Show up as a variant of Thor, or a variant of Hulk, or a variant of blank.
I mean, I think specifically with hiring people like the Russos and Robert Downey Jr. come back, I view it more as like a Hail Mary, I guess.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I know...
Hey, the entire multiverse saga sucked. Let's throw these guys in last second.
I feel it as like we kind of changed something, and this is our last... Because, I mean, do you think if this fails, do you think there's a future for Marvel movies? I mean, in the sense of like... Apart from maybe just like side movies or just movies kind of for fun, like I don't know. I know they're not the same powerhouse that they used to be, but like being something remotely what they used to be, it's kind of pretty dependent on this movie.
You might still have people,
but if Secret Wars sucks, that's for sure. That's
yeah. It'd be really hard to convince people to watch Secret Wars though.
That's true.
If Doomsday flops,
yeah.
But I think
selling out though.
Brand New Day could be the momentum
that goes into it.
The just momentum into Doomsday. And if Doomsday sucks, you wasted your chance.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, then boom, you have another momentum, and then boom, you can continue into, the reboots of the X-Men, the reboots of maybe the Avengers.
I know that, like, leading up, I think this was leading up to Brave New World coming out. I remember seeing a thing where Feige was talking about how he took he had him and like a lot of people at Marvel Studios kind of take a trip, and they were just like, this is like not working, basically. Let's figure out. And that's when they made the final changes for Brave New World, because it was just such a mess, I've heard. And then that's when they decided to change things about like not reshooting a lot of stuff. I think it's when they delayed a few things, just because they didn't want the quantity over quality stuff. I think that's why Thunderbolts and things like that was better. Why First Steps was better.
Do you think if Doomsday doesn't do as great as they project, that they'll delay Secret Wars? Because I believe it's coming out next December, so it'll be a year apart.
Yeah, I think so. I'm sure. I think that's unless it's like next summer, but I'm assuming they're filming these back to back too. Like I'm sure they're currently
they're probably still doing Secret Wars,
Infinity War, and Endgame, like they did that. Yeah. What was it? Sorry, what was the exact question? I think I got
Do you think they delay Secret Wars?
Okay, yeah. They might, honestly. Maybe to fix a few things.
I think you should if it flops.
Just kind of listen to the criticism and what you can fix, I guess.
Do you think if Doomsday flops, will it provide? Do you think that would provide more momentum for Man of Tomorrow, or do you think it would turn people off?
But also, people were like, "All right, never mind. Superheroes suck. we're not back." No, that could totally happen, because Supergirl has done a lot of damage that I don't think is super necessary. Like, I feel like there has been a lot of people with the few projects, the shows and everything, like, people have liked basically everything. And even Supergirl wasn't that, like, people were way too harsh on that. So,
yeah.
I don't know. But, I mean, it definitely could hurt it for sure until something new comes along and maybe changes it up. But, one thing I was going to say earlier is I think what helped Infinity War's momentum is they had Infinity War, and then they had Ant-Man and Wasp, and then Captain Marvel, and then went into Endgame. And so people were like, oh my goodness, like, we don't know what happened in credit, like, after that, like, in credit after the next movie. And they don't really have that, other than, I think, like you said, Vision Quest. I doubt Daredevil's going to cover this. I mean, that's basically disregarded, even though it's fully a part of the MCU now. It's like I've heard they don't really.
They'll probably touch on Brand New Day, but I highly doubt they touch anything with Doomsday.
Yeah. So that's one thing. Unless there's just like this secret movie they have not announced, which would be insane. Like, that would be so cool if they did that. But I don't think it's happening. I just don't know.
Well, it is weird because normally they have these slots per year where they have designated movie drops.
They stopped doing that because so many things kept getting canceled. Because what was it? Was it 2019 or 2020 when they had the whole announcement that it was like everything leading up to Kang Dynasty, and then Secret Wars, and they canceled like a ton of stuff in that, and most of that ended up being bad, along with like a lot of stuff getting canceled. So I do think that was a part of like what I was talking about earlier, like Feige. I think he's trying not to. Well, he's trying not to hype up. Honestly, I think he's taken some notes from what James Gunn did a few years ago. We were talking about in the last episode.
Hopefully
it's like, yeah, I'm saying, like, I think he's taking notes in the sense of what not to do. Yeah. In the sense of, hey, we're gonna do all this stuff, and there's gonna be all these movies. And I think he's kind of learned his lesson.
We're gonna go get an M'Baku movie.
Yeah. Well, I think he's learned that, like, you don't go announce a bunch of stuff that totally could not happen or might not work out. And I know, like, Gunn has definitely talked a lot about, it's like, oh, we're not making anything without a script. And I think he's kind of changed in that sense for the better. It's like, we're not going to announce a bunch of things if we know it's not going to happen. I mean, like, whatever Blade got announced almost 10 years ago, and it's, like, not happening basically now. But, yeah, I think...
well, I'm definitely hyped. I'm
excited. Yeah. I think I have one more. Yeah. Oh yeah, I think my last question, and we kind of already touched on this. I guess we can like elaborate, I guess, a little more. Do you think it will have the same? Do you think it will even be on par? I don't know if it'll be better because I don't know how that's going to happen. But do you think it'll be on par box office wise with like Infinity War, Endgame?
No.
Yeah, probably not. And do you think it'll have the same cultural impact that Infinity War and Endgame had? Like, I remember specifically when that. I remember like right at the end of Infinity War, everybody gets dusted, and so I'm like, oh my gosh, like what's gonna? Because I remember as a kid going in, and I didn't know about Endgame happening. I thought this was, if anything, I thought it was maybe a 2-parter. But I remember that ending. I was like, what's going on? Like they were supposed to feed him.
It was just such a cultural phenomenon that it was so hard to explain. I mean, you had the Infinity Saga was so well mapped out. I don't think you can manufacture that type of hype again. I mean, you had
I think
you had a Thanos event in Fortnite.
Yeah.
In between Infinity War and Endgame, you're not going to get they're not going to. I mean, they have done some stuff with Doom, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But they're not going to sandwich more.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to have. Back then, there was people in my class who hadn't even watched all the movies, but they were like, "I need to go."
Heidi, I think, said she has seen Endgame and she hadn't seen a single other Avengers movie before. So I think, for sure, there was people. I mean, that's why it was the highest grossing movie. I guess Avatar's technically beat it out after the re-releases, but that's why it was the highest grossing movie forever.
You think Endgame takes it back with the re-release plus additional?
It might, and I think that's kind of dumb. I feel like it's not fair that it's like it can beat it out. It should be initial box office, but I definitely could see it beating it out.
Part of it feels like the Russos trying to be like, all right, y'all fumbled the multiverse saga. Let's try to help y'all out.
Yeah, but also I think one thing that might can help it is, I know a lot of people talk about, it's like, oh well, we haven't had any movies, and like how are we supposed to get to Endgame level where there was all these years of character development? And I have heard a lot of people say, what if this is, I think this was something I heard on the Escape podcast, actually. They were talking about it, and they, one of them said that, what if this is actually the beginning, like first Avengers movie instead? Like, what if this is like a beginning? Because I know everything the Russos have been talking about, it's like, don't view this as like an end to a saga. View this as the beginning to something new. And so, because like as Endgame was like a send-off to those original characters and into that whole big story leading up, they said this is more of like a beginning to a new story. So I feel like if you go into it like that, then it's like
Avengers and Age of Ultron as opposed to the...
Like, Secret Wars might definitely be more like an Endgame, but I've heard that Doomsday is much more comparable to like an Avengers 1 because all these characters are coming together who've never met before and everything.
Same thing with Infinity War, though.
Yeah, even though they had
Strange meeting Iron Man for the first time.
Yeah,
you had who else teaming up? Vision and the Black Panther. Like, it was these random team-ups that they had zero. And
most of them didn't actually talk. Some people like didn't have any scenes with other people.
I mean, you had Hulk and Falcon.
And apart from of course, with the last one, it's like, even though they didn't, that was the first time they met, they did also still have a lot of movies and a lot of character development through those movies and stuff, so that we don't have right now with some of these characters. But I do think it helps by going and being like, this is like the new Phase 1.
Yeah.
Also because we're disregarding most of the bad stuff from Phase 4 and 5. Actually, what are we in 6 now? Because I think 5 ended.
I have no clue.
I think it's technically 6 now. I think 5 was...
I thought this was the end of 5.
Maybe it is, because I think 1 just started. The beginning was I think Fantastic Four was the beginning of the next phase, or either the beginning or the end of the next phase. And then I know Wonder Man's part of the new phase, Daredevil's part of the new phase, and then like Brandon Day and stuff.
Yeah,
part of the new one.
Vision Quest. Yeah.
But yeah, I think people are also. I mean, you're always gonna have haters. I think with everything, like the more and more as time goes on, more social media becomes more prevalent. People are just gonna hate on stuff. So I'm just gonna hold my opinions until I see the movie. Yeah. But I think this definitely didn't bring my hype down for sure. I'm very excited. Yeah. I think it was a really solid trailer. Hopefully we get more soon. Like, it does suck that we waited this long, but also it's like I want to say hopefully we get more soon, but the more Brand New Day stuff I see, I'm like, actually I don't want that. Like, I want as little as possible, but also something to be like, oh, this is coming out. Like, remember 100%. This is coming out. But don't share too much as well. So there's a fine line.
Well,
but I think that might be the episode.
I think we can wrap it up here. Yeah.
Go eat. Go watch the Odyssey.
Go watch the Odyssey. Give a. People are saying it's the greatest story ever told by the greatest director of our generation.
I was telling you, maybe we should do like an out of theater reel reaction. You can do like a quick,
Yeah, you could post a reel.
like a quick little. If we do that, you'll see it posted.
Yeah.
We'll cut this out if we don't.
We
No,
appreciate the support on our socials that we've gotten so far.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, our first episode's already gotten a lot.
We thought it was only going to be 2 listens, and it was going to be both of us.
Us, our
sitting in the
wives, our
car.
moms.
Yeah,
parents.
but no, it's been doing better than I thought on YouTube.
Yeah, thanks for the support. And yeah, our next for sure. I know last time we said our next episode will be brand new day, but for sure this time
We didn't anticipate Doomsday trailer dropping.
We can't just skip that. So, and honestly, maybe this is probably something, since the next episode will be more of a full episode. We can cover, like you talked about, the panel stuff in the brand new day, and any more news that comes out before that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. Hope you guys have a blessed week, and don't forget to
keep it real.